Wake Up with Jim and Sab is now exclusive on Spotify.
If you're thinking of making your own podcast, use Anchor. You can download it free on the App Store and Play Store.
Why did it take so long? I'm tired of talking.
Gusto kong magkape. Magkapera.
Oh.
Habang may oras, bigyan mo ng oras.
Oh.
Morning person, gising sa madaling araw.
Ay.
Work hard, order harder.
Ay. New Linya Linya shirts are up on www.linyalinya.ph. We have new designs. We also have the E-Heads collaboration shirts. If you're a fan of the E-Heads, of the Racerheads, we have the Cutter Pillow shirt. We have the Fruitcake shirt.
Yes.
Circus. So we pretty much wanted to do parang an ode to the albums that we love the most. So check it out on www.linyalinya.ph.
And face masks are on sale.
Yes, if you want face masks, funny face masks, we have them. You can buy. They're at 99 pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lastly, I want to talk about the meat plant. The meat plant is back.
Yes.
Chicken bibimbap.
Edamame.
Beef bibimbap. Persian bowl.
G.
So the meat plant is the brother of Isabel's. It's got lots of meat, lots of veggies.
Lots of meat, lots of plants.
Yeah.
Put them together.
It's meat plants.
Meat plant.
Sobrang sarap. Anyway, if you use the promo code Jim and Sab, you get 10% off. So try it. And now back to the show. Okay, so solutions. Number 1. Nasa pana. Ay, mali.
Tangina.
Nasa Indian, wala sa pana.
Yes.
What does this mean?
It means whatever your tools are, don't let them be your master. You should be the master of your tools.
Yes. And so it's about understanding your craft and understanding your discipline. Parang create a foundation first, diba? So back to the example of my dad and the notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter naman if my dad was putting notes in small notebooks. What mattered was his discipline.
Yes.
To capture things,
Check them later on.
or organize, synthesize all his to-do stuff, and then enact. So it doesn't matter what tools you have.
Doesn't matter kung analog or digital.
Yeah. It's really going back to your starting point now. Okay, I need to get stuff done. And why? I think also an important thing is really knowing your why.
Yes.
No? Ikaw, how do you think you've applied that?
Well, being a parent, parang your why has changed na, yun nga, your priorities are clearer. It's in making sure that you're bringing up good people, and yun nga, parang what will I do that will bring me towards that goal? So, setting a good example and choosing what to say yes to, all of these things, it becomes clearer. And also it becomes clearer the things that you can say no to and things that you should say no to. So, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think, kuwari, ikaw, si Sab, what tools have you been sucked into?
A lot.
What's the most recent one?
Most recent one is Notion. Go to notion.so. That's a all-in-one tool. In fairness, it's been working for me. But I did fall into a trap during the early stage kasi meron talaga siyang learning curve. But I mean, I thought naman the time I spent, I think it wasn't the best time I've spent learning it, watching all the YouTube videos. But hey, you know what? I learned to kind of master it. And I think it's been working for me.
And how do you think that you are the master of your craft na, or is the tool still the
No, definitely not. I really am the master now.
ah
Look at me. I am the captain now.
ah ako naman ako yung gusto kong i-share sa inyo is just to simplify. What I do is it's so it doesn't matter what tools. Basta ang point is capture everything. Capture everything, so that means my tita said, "Uy, Jim, maganda yung buko pie sa Tagaytay," or whatever. Ano yun, parang I list that down. Uy, alam mo ba yung itong design na to maganda? Si Ali says like, pwede ba tayo gumawa ng sombrero, whatever? List that down. And then the next thing is, so whatever tools you use, I use AnyDo because it's on my phone. I always have my phone. I just type it and it's there. I don't care kung naka all caps, kung naka small caps yung iba. I don't care. Kahit Jeje Funks yung itsura niyan, it's basta malista ko. By Solfi. Labo. I list it down, and then the next step is I synthesize it. So I transfer from my AnyDo to a notebook because the notebook is, so I look at my, and how do you synthesize? I'm just going to use some of the stuff that Saab shared kanina. You look at the stuff you put on AnyDo or your capture list and say, what takes 5 minutes to do? I'll do them na. Para hindi ko na siya ilipat sa notebook. Kasi yung paglipat sa notebook ay commitment. Ang dinalagay ko lang sa notebook ko ay things that require 3 steps or more. So let's say
So like a project.
projects. So for example, release new caps. I can't do that in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do that.
You have to break it down into steps, actionable steps.
So I just put it there, and then from there, my list I synthesize further by numbering what are my priorities. And I go back to, since my productivity list is for a business, I think about profitability. So what would bring most profit? What is the task that if I don't do will cause the most money? Diba? Like if, okay, hindi ko magawa to, may 1,000 penalty versus 100,000 penalty. Then it's easy to prioritize. From there, I have my list, and then I check what are things here that I can't do on my own, that I can pass to other people. Then I use another tool, which is Trello.
That's
Trello-
with your team.
That's with the team. Trello is like a coordination app.
Kanban board. That's what it's called.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. Trello is like ano ba? Parang like you have 6 huge whiteboards in the office, and you organize it depending on how you wanna. So I do it by department. Meron akong sales, HR,
I get too
finance.
lost on Trello because of the formatting, the colors, the background.
Ako sobrang, kasi I
Vibes.
honestly I don't care kasi about those things.
Yeah.
Like yung background ni Sab sobrang ganda, yung may colors, may mga sinasabi pa si Sab na mga, alam mo ba, if you get the premium, merong ganito. May mga nakasync na ganyan. Di ba? May mga ganun ka pa?
Yeah.
May mga nakalink.
Automate. Sayang sa
Automate.
pera.
Are we still paying for that?
I'm not.
Okay, good. So anyway, ako, yung sa Trello, pretty much.
Nagbayad na kasi ako sa Notion eh.
Ako yung point ko lang sa Trello ay pag may weekly meeting ako with my team, alam ko na anong pag-uusapan namin. Nalista ko na. Natanggal ko na siya sa notebook ko. So it's all about, so again, it doesn't matter what tools I use. It's just the discipline of capturing everything I do, dumping it, understanding it, and then delegating, and then finally executing the ones that I have to do.
Yeah. Follow through is really my weakness. Like I could capture a million things, but then I won't check that list. So what's the point? So I'm learning.
Another solution that I'd like to share, or we'd like to share, is it's a thing called batching. Okay? Ako na naman.
Oh.
Okay. So batching.
Tangin na naman batching. Ganyan ka ba kamanhead? Wali.
Tangin na naman
Tangin
batch. Batching is using your energy and being more efficient with your time and energy. So it's compiling similar tasks that require the same energy and mental space, and putting them together and doing them at the same time.
Yeah.
So, for example, kuwari, in my case, home tasks, creative tasks, business, podcast,
Stuff
children.
that you can do on your laptop,
Yeah, parang ganon. So,
calls that you have to make.
parang one of the kaya ako napunta dyan sa batching kasi lalo na nung quarantine, I na-obsess ako to do everything because I like, oh my god, what's going on? I have to do a lot of things. So what I did was, ang nangyayari sa akin is I'd be working on linya-linya. And then like when I'm done with my task, I go to creating a cheats song. So that would require me going into a different mental space. Writing lyrics, changing piano parts, guitar parts. And then 30 minutes later, mag-edit ako ng video namin. And then 30 minutes later, magpa-podcast kami. So ang point is, not just sa mental even yung physical yung parang setting up the cables, uploading the photos. Those are different tasks that if you batch properly, mas magiging sulit. So what I did was, okay, all my admin tasks will happen in the morning because all I need is my laptop, internet, and a desk. All my creative stuff will happen after lunch because I played with the boys. I'm more relaxed.
You're taking a nap.
Nagnanap yung boys. Nag-lunch na ako. Relax lang ako, parang ano. And then everything, let's say, house stuff I do on Saturdays. So you batch not just for the day. What I did was I do a batch for the week. I tried that Parang sabi ko, okay, Wednesday, Fridays are creative stuff. Parang ganon. And then, so you do it for the week and then you go even smaller to the days. So,
And then you adjust accordingly. You can be flexible naman with it, but at least you have structure.
And I guess yun yung I think the physical thing can explain it the most Yung pagkuha ng SD card, yung alam mo yun, yung ay sana yung camera? Kukunin mo yung camera. You know, those are things that take up space in your brain that make you tired. Na when you actually do the task, medyo naubos na yung mental faculties mo na parang just setting up something. Okay, and of course it doesn't apply rin lang naman to just technology, pero like yung sabi ni Saab na going to the grocery pero pwede ka naman mag-order online, parang making that decision. So batching, ikaw, have you tried that?
Yes, with your advice, you did say, if I have some sponsored posts, instead of doing them like by, kunwari, like, okay, you have to take a photo, you have to submit a draft, you have to write a caption, you have to why don't I take the photos in one morning? So that's like 3 photos of different brands, and then parang tas iba yung time na you do the brainstorm about these photos and like your setup. Tas iba yung writing the captions kasi iba rin naman yun. Instead of doing it magkakahiwalay and then repeating the process kasi diba you have to put on makeup again.
Yun yung sabihin ko nga.
You have to basta parang tama ka, same energy for the same thing. It's become more efficient.
Yun yung sasabihin ko sa'yo na tama kasi like napapansin ko sa'yo like, man, ang tagal mo ang hirap mo mag-prep. I mean, that really takes a lot of time. Like when we did the Taylor Swift thing for the AGA Awards, dinigyan mo lang ako ng lipstick at eyeliner, napagod ako dun. I mean, so tama yun parang that's another clear example to explain batching na si Saab, okay, makeup really takes a lot of time and ganyan. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do all my photos in one section of the week, one section of the day. And then brainstorming, you need to be free. You need to be, And even for our creatives in Linya Linya, we do that Parang we have ideation and evaluation within the week. Ideation, nakahiwalay. So yung evaluation is, okay, what worked well, what didn't, what could we continue doing? And then and then ideation is like, hey guys, what's fun stuff we can do. Parang ganon. So you separate your brain and your body into the tasks that call for it. Yeah.
What also works for me is being a boss and an employee, especially, a freelancer. I think a lot of our pod kids are freelancers. So that helps me become more productive. I think at the start of the week, you have a mode, na boss mode ka, where you do your brain dump nga, and then you, as a boss, you tell your employee self, like, this is when you're gonna do this, this is when you're gonna do this, do this, do this, do this. And then for the rest of the week, you're an employee, so you just follow the tasks that your boss self gave you. So,
super nakatulong sa akin yun.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think last is this is where we will just do a brain dump. All our tips on making an efficient to-do list. May mga ako na-share ko na yung akin.
Akin rin.
Pero one thing that I think helps guide me is the 80-20 rule. The
What is that again?
Pareto principle. It's what are 20% of positive. What is 20% of all your tasks that give 80% of positive outcome?
Say that again?
Di ba may 100%?
So yung 20%.
Kumari ganito, I have 100 tasks. Or 100 things that I do in a day. Ano yung 20 things that I do in a day that gives me 80% of positive
fulfillment,
happiness, success, money.
Okay.
So you can apply that to emotions. You can apply that to money. So kunwari, let's say money. Let's say kunwari, marami kang racket, freelancer ka. Let's say meron kang 10 kliyente. Okay? If you step back and you see, oh shit, only 2 of my clients pala give 80% of my income. Are you with me?
Yes.
So again, you have 10 clients. Let's say you make 100 pesos. Okay? You have 2 clients pala that give you 80 pesos of your income.
Yeah.
So what does that do? It helps you shift your priority
Dun sa 20.
in your day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month tasks. Na aalagaan ko tong 20% na to, tong 2 clients na to. So it's not just for yun nga, looking at your business. Kasi it's usually applicable parang products. For example, sa amin, we know that the Caesar salad is like our 80-20. Like everyone loves Caesar salad. So we take care of it. We make sure that it's kumbaga it's always there. Pero I think in terms of emotions and energy, that can happen also. You can do the same thing. Like ikaw, like if I ask you now, parang what are, let's say spending time with the boys obviously is like one of the things that make us very happy. Having date night, diba?
Yeah.
So if you look at 10 tasks and you know na okay, itong dalawa are then I'll shift my priorities because this will make me happy for sure.
Yeah.
I won't let the others that don't contribute as much dictate. Gets mo? Kasi most of the time, most people who struggle with productivity, they have it reversed. Na kahit, yun nga, na kunwari, ganito, most of the time, I'll go back to the client's freelancer thing. You have 10 clients, no? Only 2, yung 2 provide 80% of your income. Sila talaga yung breadwinner mo. Pero, the other 8 are fucking naggy and bastos and they drain you and they demand so much. And therefore, ang nangyayari, inuubos mo lahat ng energy mo. So, dapat kasi yung 2080 mo, katapat niya rin yung 2080 ng energy mo.
Okay, gets.
Gets mo?
Gets.
So, whatever makes you happy, dapat ganun rin yung proportion ng time mo.
Okay, good.
Na parang,
So what are you supposed to do with the remaining 8 clients?
either you let go of them or that's why
Pag tapos ka na alagaan yung 2 clients,
yes,
tsaka mo...
mag-priority ka.
Okay.
Parang okay, if they go because I spent less time on them, that's okay. Kasi naalagaan ko naman yung 80% of my business. And in terms of tasks rin, kunwari yun, 20-80, ay 80-20, no? What you do is, dapat 80% of my time should go to the 20% who
I
give,
got it.
parang 80 to 80.
Gets.
80% of the time to the people who give 80% of my happiness.
I got it.
Ganon.
Okay.
Okay
Gets.
na.
Okay.
I should start a course.
Yeah, you should. Happy dad.
Inaanto ka na ba?
No, of course not. No.
Okay.
Labo.
And then I guess last would be, yun na pala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got through our to-do list.
Yeah. We actually made a to-do list for this episode.
Yay.
So if you like our tips and tricks, please share on Instagram. Tag us.
Wake up with Jim and Saab.
Ano pa? We just finished our AGA Awards. It was super fun.
That's the Ang Ganda Academy. We had our pod kids vote for the pinaka mga maganda for 2020. And I think it's going to be an annual thing from now on.
Yeah, it was a successful award show. We have the Jim and Sab page, Facebook page. So that's where we'll be doing our live streams. If hindi nyo alam, ginagawa namin yun. Gumagawa kami ng live pods on that page. Lastly, if you would like to join jimandsab.com, our Patreon, it's $5 a month. If you are a patron, please renew. The proceeds go to different beneficiaries, and for the past 2 months, we've been giving to
the Cerebral Palsy and Epilepsy Family Awareness Support Group.
So it's a small group that help the underprivileged deal and manage with children with cerebral palsy.
Yes.
Yeah. So there.
That's it.
Stay productive.
Bye.
Bye.